I would like to take this opportunity and introduce our Honorable Dean, Professor Tanu Ghosh. Although his name doesn't require any introduction, but Professor Ghosh has been heading SMEIT Jodhpur since August 2020, prior to which he has been associated with SJM SOM IIT Bombay and IIM Ahmedabad. He has also been adjunct faculty at several institutes across the globe. He brings with him 20 years of experience in the academic field and more than 18 years of leadership experience from corporate with many textile and apparel organizations in India and abroad. As well as he has worked on many consultancy assignments. He has been a pillar of support and elixir of inspiration for the students at and faculty at SMEIT Jodhpur. We feel extremely privileged to be under the guidance of Professor Danu Ghosh. Without further ado, I would like to invite our respected dean to please say a few words and welcome the newly undergrad students.
Okay, good evening. This is a proud privilege for me to talk to a couple of our students and also the MBA aspirants. This session was essentially thought of as a need for talk about our school. The school is being a new baby. It needs visibility. You have to talk about the school, talk about how we are different, so that the people who are looking at the option to join various business schools can also make up their mind with the informed. Being well informed. That's the purpose of sharing the thoughts. Before I start, I'd like whosoever is handling this, show this video clipping that we have created, and that will probably in nutshell tell the story, and then I'll take it from there.
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir. I'll play it, sir.
Yes. It's very well captured, just 5 minutes, but it tells, I think, all the salient points, how we stand out in the crowd.
Yes, sir. Is the screen visible, sir?
Yes, it's coming up.
Okay, yeah. Please let me know if it's audible or not.
Yes.
Yes, perfectly audible. Put it on full screen. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yes. So first, Azmi, let me talk about this video frame that you saw about the school. And this is actually one of the examples to put forward to all the aspirants that this is a creation, I think, is unimaginable. That this is a creation mostly by the students under the guidance of the faculty advisory, admission advisory team. So just that shows, I think it is no less than a very high quality professional work. You have observed, you have seen the quality of the production, and that shows what kind of talented students that we have been able to get even in the first batch when we didn't have any history. We are one of the 4,000 business school, standing in the crowd, but there must be something, the students who have joined the business school SME, they found something in it. And this is a true reflection. And there are many things. I'm just thought that since the video has been just shown to you, I must mention this is not done by any high grade professional, but is the students who have become professional and by doing it. And this is how they are driving most of the initiatives. So complete engagement with the students. And you will find that's the difference. Only thing, little unfortunately, that we are not able to have all of them physically on the campus. And then once they're there, the vibrant, the atmosphere that will be created by your presence, that will energize me more. Today, with lots of stress and strain, if this is the quality of production students can create, I can imagine that what will happen when they are here and they're working together and in a physical environment. So I thought this is a starting point to exhibit that what is the kind of talent the school has been able to get. The first point, I'll just go point by point, and my whole purpose of this session is to really drive home that why any MBA aspirant should look at this new school with very little history, very little success story behind it, but why one should really consider as one of the choice set. And that's the purpose of talk about the school. And since not much is yet known, so I thought that this is the occasion where you can really talk about in greater details that how we look at it and how we expect you to look at this business school. So we are not saying that there are many other well-established business school with lots of image, background, brand, but why we call ourselves school with a differentiation. That's I think you should see this point. Number one, there are many business schools in the country which are standalone business school, whereas when you are joining an IIT, you are joining a much larger ecosystem which is today completely focused on technology and the newer technologies. In fact, gradually, if you see the IIT Jodhpur initiatives is going towards what is becoming more and more relevant. And I think the pandemic has taught us that the world that we'll be living in would be completely surrounded and embedded in technology. And that's why, unless you're in an IIT system, you can't get this advantage of being surrounded by, guided by the technologist. So that's the first point. And it's not only that the technology, I mean, today you talk about industry 4.0, you talk about AI, you talk about blockchain, you name it, everything is built around the technology, and so success is going to be through the technology. And IIT Jodhpur has slowly, gradually getting into a completely different orbit. They have this year introduced the School of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. This is the institute which has joined hands with AIMS Jodhpur. We are fortunate to have AIMS Jodhpur and IIT Jodhpur coming together and offering a course on Masters in MedTech, Medical Technology, which has got almost 50% engineers and 50% doctors in the. So these are the unique things, which also shows how innovatively we're thinking of the future to enter into the futuristic areas. And once you're in this environment, you just can't probably remain to be an isolated MBA graduate. The technology will get into you. You will, maybe different degrees, but it will get into your DNA because you will be talked about, you'll be listening all the time of the technology. So it's the right time to join a technology-based institute because you'll be able to take the advantage of the ecosystem. So that's one in the technology. But second is, can you imagine a campus with 852 acres land? Look at the buildings. We are talking about net zero energy, net zero water, and so whole right from the beginning. And this is possible when the institute is new. Had we have this baggage of 50 years, 60 years, this kind of thought would have been not possible. And it's very difficult to dismantle and recreate. But we are starting, and right from the beginning, this kind of thoughts have crept in. So, why one should look at a larger ecosystem which is embedded in the technology is this, that you must look at an IIT environment. So you're not part of only SME, you're part of IIT Jodhpur. That's how I think one should feel. Then, if when you've got an infrastructure, it makes so much of sense. You have seen this, even the canteen, mess, the hostel facility. Hostel facility is one of the unique, an air-conditioned single room is completely unheard of even in any of the IITs. So this is what IIT Jodhpur is offering. And I'm sure that the students who have been able to join this year and have been able to move to the campus, they are enjoying this facility. And there is no two opinion. The mess canteen facility, you have seen, the picture of that, spick and span, and you got the varieties, and as a huge hall and sprayed all over. So I'm talking about the infrastructure. It would be probably very difficult for a standalone business school to offer all that. Now coming to talk about now three things I think school needs, or any business school. Now I'm coming to more on SME per se. What a business school needs: great quality of students, great quality of faculty, and extremely good industry connect. I think these are the three things really, if you want to make a school of difference, this is what makes it possible. Now, to talk about faculty, seldom you'll find a new business school which is starting. And I'm talking because I come from both IIT and IIM system. And I have seen particularly in IIT system, the new business school, when they start, they find it very difficult to even go to double digit faculty size. It takes, after 15, 20 years, they get the number to double digit or crossing double digit. Many of them today, the older ones, has got in the range of 20 to 25 faculty. Whereas IIT Jodhpur started with 17 faculty. Today we've got 17 faculty already, and three are in the pipeline. Should be, just we have to go through the process. So by the time this new next batch comes to the campus, you will have 20 faculty size, which has taken many of the business school to IIT business school to reach almost 2 decades. So you can see the speed at which also you are trying to grow. So we're not only talking about the quality, we're also talking about speed. Second is the students, and that's what I just gave a glimpse of this video clipping, the kind of work they can do. So you can imagine the talent they bring in, and you have seen the percentile, and there are people with experience with excellent companies, and many of the companies today, I think our students' dream companies, many technology-based companies. And when I talked about IIT infrastructure, IIT has got very good connect with the recruiters who are technology-based companies who are coming to pick up the BTech. And now we are trying to do this, piggy riding, saying that now we've got a SME. So also look at our product, and these are the products who'd be able to not only solve your technology and managerial problems. And every technology organization needs managerial input to be successful, because I can create a technology, but I have to take it to the market. I have to solve business problems. So I have to interact with the people who understand the language of technology and the management. And that is possible when you're intertwining these two. And that's the greatest advantage that you're looking at is SME and in SME's product. So in fact, the whole series of sessions that we want to conduct, I mean, normally business schools probably don't do this in the faculty and dean meeting the aspirants. The purpose is we have to talk about it. Otherwise, and we want to move fast. We don't want after 10 years, we are finding better students are joining. We want actually better students to join even from next year. We have got very good profile of the students, but we want to go one notch even higher in terms of the level of students that we'll be able to attract. That's the purpose. Otherwise, even last year being first year, as I said, we have got very good quality of students, and they're showing in terms of activities, initiatives, and also the competitions. They're competing with established business school and coming back with awards. That shows that if there is a talent inside, I mean, you can't stop the talent. Everywhere they'll shine, and that's what is happening. So I talk about the faculty and all the faculty profile. If you go through, you'll find they come from, most of them are from Indian schools, but one of the best schools that you can think of, either from IIT and IIM systems. And there are a few who have also got a stint abroad, and I mean, as a postdoc, and they're here. And there are we have got a mix, though, of course, we have got many young faculty who have just, completed PhD in UN, but we have also got faculty with 10, 12, 15 years of experience. And we have got a, professor of practice who is an ex-IAS and a PhD from IIT Delhi. So this is an unique combination of young and old, driving the show together. And for me, of course, you can call I'm a fossil actually. So I have spent 40 years, between industry and academics. But I try to bring, to the school. And in fact, somebody asked me that what made me to join this business school. I could have gone probably many other places actually, or I could have just relaxed, post-retirement. The reason here joining is I thought here is a great opportunity. And probably this is how I was also talked about that why SME stands a better chance, because the ecosystem that we are trying to create and tomorrow's world is in the hands of the technologist. I can join probably an IIM, but IIM will probably not give in to that extent an IIT system can give. I don't claim that I understand technology, but sometimes you get induced by being in the environment, and that's what I'm expecting. And my purpose of joining is to really take an opportunity to shape up, nurture a new business school and stand out in the crowd. If that is not possible, there's no meaning of people like me to join and lead this institute. Lead this business school. So I bring, of course, I bring the experience from the industry. I bring experience from IIM system, which is supposed to be the best business school till today in the country. And also I come from IIT Bombay business school system. So I have seen how the business school exists in an IIT system, and IIT Bombay also happens to be the #1 in the technology area. So I have this great privilege being associated with the best business school in the country and best technology school in the country. So even if I have learned something from these two systems, and if I can really take those to nurture this school, I hope that it'll be somewhere it will be different. It won't be lost in the crowd. And that's people, faculty and students should see that the way we think, the way we try to bring system is not same, the run-of-the-mill kind of system we're talking about. We are talking about really best in class, what makes sense for a new business school to really stand out in the crowd. Uh, Coming to know the course that is offered, I talked about the technology focus. This is the first business school in the country today. US has got a couple of schools, Europe has got a couple of schools which has ventured into the Take MBA as a specialization. And just think of that IIT Jodhpur. There are many other established technology institute, but this is the first school which has thought about offering in the second year take specialization. We are calling it Take MBA. So it's basically centered around the technology courses. So it's a technology course, technology leadership, and also how you connect the technology with the functional areas. So you'll have a distinct mark in terms of the knowledge that you'll gain. And today industry is really looking forward to it. Industry would love to see people who can understand, who can master in the technology and MBA combined. Neither MBA nor the technologies, they need this breed. So that's one. And obviously we also will have a general MBA. So you can take already you have seen in a video, we'll have array of electives from various functional areas based on the student's choice. We'll offer, of course we'll need a critical mass to offer a particular course, but you'll have enough choices to choose. And today, since I have seen in IIT and IIM, the students' preference is to take a mix of courses. They don't want to, because they don't know where the future will take them to. So they don't want to be, getting into very, very compartmentalized knowledge. Say, I'm marketing specialized or finance specialized or operation. Generally, tendency for the good ones I've seen, they may take, say, mostly, say, if somebody who wants to get into finance, he'll take finance courses. In the basket, they'll take more of finance courses, but they'll not lose sight of doing courses which may have some relation also with finance. They could take something related to IT, something related to even HR, because finally every manager has to manage the people. So something, like HR, human resource management, everybody needs some bit of it. So they might take that kind of courses, or take something like CRM, uh, marketing related courses. So all we are saying that let the students be the choice maker rather than really getting compartmentalized. In fact, I personally feel that many students right in the beginning of the career not sure where the career will take them to, and whatever you learn in the program, nothing is going to go waste. What you get, what the perspective you get, all would be adding value to you, and will make you probably complete rather than a compartmentalized person. So this is the course offering. Another most attractive, I think, again, it's probably unique, and I'm really trying to highlight the uniqueness of this SME. um, right in the beginning, first year itself, we have been able to tie up with 3 international business schools, and they have agreed to take our students. Almost most of them will be taking based on your first year performance and the assessment made by our faculty. SME faculty will recommend them, and probably you don't have to go through an interview process. So as simplified as possible, you'll be able to enter into a international business school and do your second year, which will run between 12 months to 16 months, including internship, and you get the second degree. So by joining IIT SME, you will get a IIT Jodhpur degree, and you'll also get a international business school degree, and those are mostly technology focused courses, so which is again appropriate for tomorrow's world. Then these are the schools, these are the international schools which are offering program which come under STEM. So science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So this whole focus is STEM. The advantage of being under the STEM is that you are allowed to stay in the country for 3 years. So all the business schools which are tied up with us, saying that if your students are smart, if they take these courses seriously, there's a huge opportunity to land up with a job. And there's a tremendous gap today in the field of this Take MBA kind of product to find a place in the US market. So you're not only going for your degree, you are probably even can think of longer term. Obviously, one thing is you have to take the courses seriously, you have to do justice to the program, and then you can really lead a life that you want to live. So this is about the international alliances that we have already got, but this is only beginning. Unfortunately, again, this pandemic came. Our aim is to tie up with a couple of other business schools to do exchange program. So future would be towards giving students opportunity, even if you don't want to do the dual degree or double degree at a international institute, you might like to spend a term and get the credit transferred, and this we are talking about exchange based, so their students also will come and our students will be able to go. But this is something today not on the table, but this is what we have to work on. We are waiting for the situation to get a little normalized, and that should happen. One more point I must mention: there's this dual degree at 3 international institutes. Also, apart from giving this opportunity to stay in US for 3 years, uh, they are giving at a reduced rate. That is just because of the relationship, because of the MOU that we have signed with them. And on top of that, some schools have also offered some financial assistance. Plus, they will look for, they will definitely try to give you an opportunity to do an internship where you'll also be able to earn. So net, you'll be able to probably get a very good deal. So one is getting reduced rate, you get financial support, and you do internship. So it may look little expensive, but it may be worth it. Of course, I'll not get it, I don't do that, but I see when I've gone through the presentations they made, I find it's very, very promising. So people who are going, and of course, time will tell that how our students are doing, what kind of opportunities they're getting. But looks like a very good opportunity that we have been able to offer to the students. Then uh, uh, again, another unique thing amongst all the business school, if you look at, there are some business school which has got, like IIMs had got a board of governors, but IIT Business School, since board of governors is an IIT level, the business school generally has got an advisory board. And this advisory board that we have been able to get some 13 who is who of the not only country, even international. Like if you have carefully looked at the list, it is headed by a gentleman, Mr. R. Gopalakrishnan. Is one of the most respected professional in the country today, and he is known not only because he was the vice chairman of Hindustan Unilever. He spent almost equal amount of time with Tata Group and Tata Sons, heading many of the Tata companies. He is today also respected because of his intellectual capability. He has written 8 books post his retirement. He is associated with SP Jain as the what they call it, I think, residence in practice, something like that, resident in practice. So and he speaks in various forums, any management talk, and he is highly respected. So he is the person we could get him, convince him to chair our advisory board, which is unthinkable to get a person of his stature. Not only that, CII's director general is on the board. We have got IIM's director, 2 terms director. He is on the board. So, and there are industry people, and you got from Tata Chemicals, you got from Hindustan Unilever. We have, and this international academic, Professor Jagmohan Raju is one of the most respected marketing faculty today in the world, and he is a person who was also behind setting up ISB Hyderabad. And Hyderabad's, the way Hyderabad has been able to move up the curve in a short span of 2 decades. I mean, today ISB of course is almost same bracket with IMA, B, C. I mean, no less than that. Sometimes even people prefer ISB because of this complete private culture, and they nurtured, and this gentleman was behind. So we are again very fortunate to have, and we got one Elizabeth Rose from Leeds, and one Professor Nandini Rajagopal from Marshall School in California. So we've got entrepreneurs. So in fact, we are talking about not just having corporate. We're talking about three, with high credible international academic, and we've got entrepreneurs like Mr. Raj Nair. He's a PGP from Ahmedabad, BTech from IIT Bombay, and he has set up he worked for some time in the industry, but he has been an entrepreneur because he has got a consulting firm called Avalon Consulting, and he is today vice chairman of the Pan IIT board. So people of that caliber, that stature today, and we feel really proud that we have been able to get such people to, advise us, guide us to get into what we are dreaming of, making school of difference with difference. And we've got another gentleman. I don't know how many of you have heard about Dr. Sriram Nene, and he happens to be the husband of Madhuri Dixit, and he is a doctor, and he came back to the country after spending almost whole life actually abroad, between UK and US. He's a very successful doctor, very renowned doctor, but now he's come back to India to nurture entrepreneurship. And they started with one venture called Dance with Madhuri, and now his next venture is in healthcare, because he wants to combine health with the with the exercise, and dance is a very good exercise. So you see this, how they have come up with the strategy to combine the strategic assets which is inside the home between husband and wife, and driving this entrepreneurship. And you'll be happy to know, and I don't know whether students know about it. Yesterday I got the confirmation that they'll be picking up 3 summer internship from school for so soon they'll come back with the profile they're looking for. So this is the kind of opportunities that we're looking for, and many of the advisory board members also giving at least giving the contact to try to get our students placed. And of course our placement faculty and the placement student group is working hard, and I think more than 50% of the students already land up with a summer internship. And in a tough time, in a normal time, it was an easy task. We could have been really able to push and influence and put your word, but now that time is really bad. So people anyway trying to shrink, trying to find out all opportunities, focus is on the business to meet the bottom line. But today the companies are looking at even just newly born schools to be at least considered. So I see that as a positive sign. So this is so much about the advisory board. Then we also have established, and we've got this coordinator, faculty coordinator, he's driving, and the whole placement team together. They have, and there's a SME Connect team who have organized, I think, the largest number of talk by some of the who is who, some of the industry stalwarts, some of the achievers of the country, like Gopi Chand. So this is happening, to a new school, is something actually one should reckon with, that this is something not easily done unless the students are motivated, unless the faculty is motivated to make a difference to the school. So I find there's a wholehearted efforts from all of us, and we're trying to increase that. If you ask me personally, I want to see even a higher level of engagement, higher level of activities. But what have been achieved, I think something to really talk about and take back home. So this is about Industry Connect, and also we have got this is also, I think, one of the initiatives. I'm not saying we're the only one. There are schools who are also doing in a very, very structured way the connecting with the real world. We are talking about the basically world which is probably lesser privileged world. And this connectivity has been done through social attachment internship for 4 weeks with the NGOs. And students got an excellent exposure, because I interacted with the students. We found that some of them really got their eyes opened, though they have got the eyesight, but it really opened their eyes that to see the other side of the world, the way they live, the kind of activities they're doing. So this is another, I think, we have taken as part of the curriculum. So every student have to spend 4 weeks with a NGO and social entrepreneur. So this is another unique thing, and I think one may like or not like it, but I think once you go there, you really feel that I shouldn't have missed this opportunity to know this part of the world. Then I think again it's a part of the being an IIT system that you'll be surprised to know, or probably happy to know, that IIT Jodhpur today has been identified by Department of Science and Technology as the innovation hub, and IIT Jodhpur has been chosen to spearhead this activity. And this is a great opportunity. We are talking about innovation, and the opportunity it throws to the faculty and students to be associated. And not only that, it also helps you to connect with the community outside, the community, maybe to start with Jodhpur, then it will spread to Rajasthan. And if you're doing good work doesn't remain confined to your own small confinement. This good word will spread to the country and even probably internationally. So here is an opportunity to be associated with, I'm repeating, is not with SME. You must look at your joining IIT Jodhpur, just not SME. Then I have already talked about this AIMS program, AIMS and IIT Jodhpur. Similarly, there are many other programs, interdisciplinary the research program that is being driven, and you get opportunity. Then another thing we must mention, of course, this may not be as much relevant as it is for the total system we are talking about. IIT Jodhpur, moment the SME came, IIT Jodhpur students started demanding that why should they not get an opportunity to get some exposure to the management courses. So in the same year, it was not really planned to launch this minor in management and minor in entrepreneurship, but our faculty stood up and we have designed the program. It has been offered, and there's a great interest from the IIT Jodhpur students, and we have started the first batch of minor in management with 37 students, and generally with high CGPA. So because there's a seat limitation, and that's why we had to give the first preference to the academic performance. So they're getting opportunity to go through minor in management. They have to do about 20 credits, and by doing 20 credits, you get your certificate mention that apart from electrical, civil, or computer science, you also got a minor in management. You have done minor in management. Not only that, we don't stop here. We are already planning to offer a dual degree in Take MBA. That means the students who are doing minor in management, they have to do very limited number of courses to take them to get a second degree, which is Take MBA, by doing, I think, about 26 or 30 credits. They have to do all told, and that's part of it. There's a project in management. They have to do some area level courses and maybe across the institute. So by doing that, you get into dual degree mode, and you get another degree, which is, and you become almost equivalent to our MBA students who are going with Take MBA, whereas the courses would be similar. You might be even joining the courses along with the MBA students. So here is an opportunity for even the IIT graduates to look at. We have also launched minor in entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship is one of the pillars we are looking at. The school's focus is going to be into 3 areas: technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship, we are initially starting giving a little more focus into the BTech program, but now we find even our MBA students are also thinking of, generally, my own experiences, MBAs look at the multinational job, high package jobs, and risk covers, not so much of risk taker. But I think being in the IIT environment and being in the new world, they're also thinking of taking risk, and they're trying to become an entrepreneur. So at least we have started with this Minded an Entrepreneur, where students are joining with very little of coursework. They have to do the project work, business plan 1 and business plan 2. So you have to think of a product, ideation, and then take it to how to do the commercialization. So what are the business plan you have to do, business model that you have to embrace, and how to really take it forward. And we have got an incubation center in IIT Jodhpur, so it will enable you to join hands even with the people who are doing incubation, and also the faculty who are associated. Plus we have thought about also connecting with the entrepreneurs who are practitioners to do the hand holding. So this is another initiative which again worth talking about. I'm not spending much time over the PhD program. We have also launched a PhD program. So we have got now 4 programs. One is PhD, one is MBA. MBA can take MBA and MBA, and then these 2 minor programs. So this is what is in our basket at the moment. I think this is all about, like talking about how SME is different, how SME can really help you building your career and building your career in a right way and the right direction the whole world is moving in. So I'll stop here, and I'll probably take any questions, any clarification that you have for either the students organizer. You can read the question, or you can give access to them. They can ask the questions, and I'll try to give to the extent possible the right answer, truthful answer.
So we'll read out the question.
Yeah.
So sir, Arpit Kumar, BTech student, he is asking that is the internship necessary during the integrated dual degree program? If yes, what kind of internships do we get?
Yeah, since you are going to get into you'll get the second degree, which is take MBA. So you have to almost take care of the requirements for the MBA program. So you'll have we haven't completely thought about. You'll have these non-graded courses that you need to do, and you have to do the area specific courses that you have to do, and we are actually in the process of designing the program. We have roughly worked out, but I am very sure that in the plan itself we have talked about, I think, just a minute. Yes, you have to do 16 credits of elective courses, 1 3-credit project in management, and 7 credits of non-graded courses. This is all to be required, for getting your double degree, dual degree in take MBA. That's it. And that 7 non-graded course include your social attachment internship and also includes your summer internship. So if the question is whether you have to do internship, yes, these are part of our non-graded courses which our MBA students are going through. And since we are talking about equivalence, you have to also go through those courses, those internships. But it is yet to go to Senate. But this was planned right at the beginning when the SME was thought about, because the idea was that those who are interested should also be able to go ahead with their MBA degree, and that's how this has to go to Senate. But the plan is very clear. You'll have a concept note soon prepared, but broadly this is what one will go through. Right. Next one.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for answering. So, sir, Akash A has put forward a question regarding startup. So he's saying that if I have a startup idea, would SME IITJ help me to establish my startup? And what type of help do we get from the school?
Okay. There's also a good, I think, query. We have, I think, business school, as we said, that we have got these 3 pillars. You're talking about technology, we're talking about innovation, and we're talking about entrepreneurship. And this is the business school which has got 3 faculty on board who are focused into entrepreneurship area. So number one, they're passionately interested in driving entrepreneurship. So any kind of intellectual, academic, even connecting with the outside world, you'll definitely be able to get that from them. Also, as you have got an incubation center already in IIT Jodhpur, you should be able to take advantage of that ecosystem, connecting with the VCs, connecting with the entrepreneurs, mentors, handholding. And institute is very much, in fact, every institute wide forum meetings that we attend, we keep on hearing that institute would like to make a mark in terms of creating more entrepreneurs. And that's why even the medtech project I talked about, medtech project, the whole idea that these 30 students who have joined, 30 or 26 probably settle down at 26, these 26, everybody would be encouraged to think of creating a medical technology. And then IIT also getting connected with a research park outside, and again government of Rajasthan is giving land for that. So if you are able to successfully conceive the product and prove that it's worth taking to the commercial world, then you can get into the research park and then probably develop the product before it can be commercialized. So that's the kind of help that we can provide.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for answering. So there's another question regarding startups. This is probably a very generic question. So the question is, startups always come with some risks and uncertainties. How can somebody overcome the hindrance and succeed? So if you could share your 2 cents on that, sir.
See, one thing we're doing, I mean, this exercise was done even for, selection of these students who wanted to do minor in entrepreneurship. Our mind was very clear. Our faculty and the institute thinks that let's not be another piece of paper, that I have done minor in entrepreneurship. Whole idea is, and that's why you have put very minimum course load. Course load is only 8 credits and rest 12 credits covered under the business plan, which is actual activity, to talk about product, to talk about plan, talk about how to get finances, what kind of business model they should have, complete business plan. So uh, the idea is to really take the people who would like to be an entrepreneur. So we had a process. So it's not people who registered for the program were taken on board. They're asked to have an interaction with entrepreneurship faculty, with entrepreneurs, actual field entrepreneurs being invited to be on screening board. And then after reading their mind, of course you may not be 100% perfect that you have picked up all the 6 who turned out to be entrepreneur, but the intent was very clear. Intent from all 6. See, they are not looking for a job, very clear. They have tried some idea already. They came up with business plan which was not asked for. And we found there's a great energy and intent behind the choosing this. So this is what we're looking for. Anybody who wants to get into entrepreneurship, let these be a serious thinker of getting into entrepreneurship, not just fashionable thing to get into and try it for some time. So then you'll not be either here or there. So we want to encourage people, and this is what we have got faculty who would be able to sift through and make that judgment that the people who are coming, are they the right kind of breed. Otherwise it is a waste of time for them, and it'll create frustration. So risk averse, whether you're risk averse or not, or you're a risk taker by nature, that itself also get tested. So to that extent we can foresee, you can anticipate, and we can judge. We like to pick up people who are risk taker. And entrepreneurship, everybody knows, if somebody is risk averse, entrepreneurship is not his cup of tea. He should look for the 9 to 5 job.
Right, sir. So there is another question. He's a BTech student. His question is regarding dual degree program. So he's asking that will the integrated dual degree program allow for the students, those who are enrolled in minor in management for the academic year of 2020-21?
Here, okay, a final decision is to be taken, but we are planning in such a way that the people who have joined 2020, this is, we haven't taken a final call, but that's what we have been asked to, or we are also trying to do at our end. Be ready with the dual degree program and take it to the Senate. The way it happened, that we never planned that we'll offer that minor in management and minor in entrepreneurship from this year itself. It has completely came at a last moment, because students started pleading to the director and the deans that why not just give us a chance, because we'll at least get exposed to the management subjects. And that's how we had launched this program with great hurry actually, but it is going on successfully. Students are generally quite happy what I hear, and uh, we, we 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 would be open to offer this from the next year, but this is, I'll not commit at the moment because it has to go through Senate, and the decision will depend also on the bigger IIT system. It is not just SME only offering, but whether to offer or not, this decision would be taken also by the institute system. So I'll stop here, because there's no point in telling that yes we'll do, but there's, I think, all probability you should be able to do. And then, as I told you, you'll be able to join classes, many of the electives with our students who are going to do the MBA second year Tech MBA.
Thank you for answering. I hope, Arpit, your question is answered. So there is no more questions. We have already.
Okay.
Yes, sir. There is no question, sir.
Okay, then you can leave open-ended for few questions if somebody has, after listening to all what I shared, so that we can clarify if they've got any doubt, give them a chance to clarify. Otherwise, we can conclude. So you can ask
Uh,
anybody interested here. Please feel free.
if anybody has any question, please put it in the chat box. Uh,
I can see a question from Basar, H. Basar. He has asked about fee structure and MBA
Mhm.
specialization and cutoffs. So, Basar, fee structure, as we have mentioned on the website, it is 8 lakh for 2 years program. Plus, there is some institute overheads, which exactly will be communicated to the shortlisted candidates. But overall, it is close to 8 lakh rupees that you will see for 2 years. Cutoff, it varies every year, and you can see the details inside the student profile, which is there on the website. MBA specialization, sir has already talked about. Uh, uh, so the degrees that you are going to get, it is we have general MBA, or we call it just MBA, and MBA with tech specialization, so tech MBA. And then you can choose from the any elective courses from different functional areas, right? But the degrees that you are going to get, it is MBA and the tech MBA, these two. So sorry, if you can throw some more light, I think, on
Yeah,
the specialization part.
I think you have rightly said that. I mean, there's nothing much to add. Only thing I'll say that. We will also, the fees, of course, Professor Abhishek has already spelled out. Of course, the other things would be hostel fees and mess fees and all that. Those things would be additional. But for tuition fee, you are giving about 8 lakhs. Out of that, 50,000 is for the students' activities. All the activities. Yeah, I think I didn't mention. Students have got clubs for anything that you are interested. We have got a club which is driven by the students under the guidance of a faculty advisor. So any activity that interests you, that is at SME level we talked about, but at institute level, there are enough number of opportunities, whichever area that, whether it's a sports, whether it's in culture, arts, you can join. And this is again being part of a larger system, you can get such opportunities. Otherwise, smaller schools would find it difficult. And um, one more thing I was just thinking, we should, yeah, uh, for students, for MBA students, we also have got 10 scholarship that will be giving every semester. 10 students who are the toppers will get some scholarship. 25,000 rupees each will be given. And similarly, we've got some kind of, it's a award or a reward given to the EWS students also, based on their performance. Top three will get some 25, 15, and 10,000 for every semester. And this is not cumulative, so everybody has got an opportunity. If you have not done this semester well, next semester you can do well. So it's a semester performance, it's not a cumulative performance. So so a wider basket of students, population will be able to get some support. But shortlisting, up to which percentile it will go down to, that will depend on completely the pool of applicants that we get. Yeah, so we have only indicated the minimum, but your cutoff may be much more than the minimum. But we'll look at a composite score. We're not looking at only CAT score. All those details are there, you'll find, and it is very comprehensive and very exhaustive. So starting from 10th standard to 12th, and then graduation, if you've done a post-graduation, what kind of work experience you have, what kind of extracurricular activity you have done. So you'll have almost every aspect that you're good at has got captured in that comprehensive. That's why you are not looking only somebody who is great in cracking a CAT and getting good percentile. We are not going to do that.
Just to give everyone a fair idea about the overall batch CAT percentile. So our top 10% of the batch has the percentile of 95.56, top 25% has 93.26, and top 50% has 90.94 percentile. So anything around 85 percentile would be considered safe, but that varies every year. So we would encourage you to apply and do your best.
And anyway, this is not end of it. This is only the beginning. We just wanted to give a glimpse of what SME stands for. And feel free to send email for any other clarification that you need. And we plan to have few more such sessions, which may be, taken by another faculty, and throwing some different aspect of SME, or going little deeper into particular aspect of SME. And if time permits, I'll also be available for those webinars. But this is an initiative we thought is to really clarify, one is talk about our SME, and also clarify any doubts that you have, so that when you come with a very clear mind, with list of ambiguity, list of hearsays, so we are here. And that's why personally I am spending time to really give all kinds of clarity that's possible. And all our students and faculty who are here, they'll be able to talk about it, because these are all are very clearly stated and all captured. So you won't have any kind of ambiguity on our policy that we are going to follow.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed, we have a plethora of webinars organized in the upcoming days. So if anybody, I think all the questions are covered as of now, sir.
Yeah. And our admission team, our students in general, are very, very active on the social media, particularly on the LinkedIn, because that is considered to be a professional platform. Uh, you'll keep on seeing our visibility is very high on the social media. Every activity is, captured. And please be on the LinkedIn and keep following us. So you'll probably get answer to many things. We don't have to talk about it. The site will talk about it.
Right, sir. Even Pagal Guy also. The other day you mentioned something about Pagal Guy. We are also active on Pagal Guy, sir.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I think we are good to go now, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And hope that those who are here, they would be able to spread also, to your friends, that why to choose SME, why to think, keep in consideration set. You can think of others, but keep this consideration set, because of what you have stated, that how we are trying to stand out in the crowd. And the aim is to be reckoned as a school with difference. So, okay, good night. Thank you and take care.
Good night, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Thank you for taking out your time from your busy schedule and address the aspirants. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all the faculties and friends for being here.